Hi everyone, my name is Kollectormaniac and welcome to the channel. This is the first video in a series in which I take a detailed look and give my thoughts and opinions over my 1/6 scale custom figure collection. This first piece is Michael Myers, aka The Shape, from the 1978 film Halloween. Now this piece is as a result of a collaboration between One's Customs Figures and Tinela Customs. Now there was a run of 31 figures and this is number 29. The 31 spots in this run were quickly taken up, and it's my understanding that this run could have easily been extended up to at least 50 pieces if the artist's workload had permitted. However, when you look at this set, you can completely understand the amount of work that has gone into it, so I imagine they will agree that 31 was enough. Not only that, but the number 31 is certainly befitting the source material here, as I'm sure you will agree. The set itself came incredibly well packaged in custom foam packing and box, as well as a very nice outer sleeve, which only enhances the incredibly professional look of the package as a whole. It's also worth mentioning here that the set was available as a standard version, but my motto, as with most things in life, is go big or go home. No pun intended. Every set came with 2 certificates of authenticity, one by Tinela Customs, who produced the coveralls and t-shirt, as well as the knife, which is made from metal and wood, and the second one by One's Customs, who produced the rest of the figure. As you can see here, there's number 29 of 31, and both head sculpts. The first one is called the Blackest Eyes, the second is called the Devil's Eyes. The pumpkin has been sculpted and painted very well in my opinion. The included light is a simple tea light, so you can change out the batteries if need be. And it's a nice little wood effect base that it sits on. It also comes with a, I'd say, 1.5 to 2 inch bust that you can display a second head sculpt on. And this is a nice touch because I have a lot of switch outs on my figures and they end up either just stored in a box or placed in front of the piece. So I look forward to displaying along with this set. When it comes to the boots, there's not a great deal to talk about here, but it's worth noting that they've been weathered nicely. There's scuff marks around the front, there's bits of polishing, there's chalk on the actual heel area, and yeah, one did a good job on them. Now, in my opinion, the 2 fundamental things you have to get right when making any Michael Myers figure, of course the head sculpt, but the coveralls. And as I stated earlier, the coveralls were designed and made by Tinela Customs. Now, she doesn't also produce just coveralls, she produces weapons, a wide array of things, and if you haven't already, I thoroughly recommend you checking out her Instagram and her Facebook page in the description below. Now, there may be some of you who are asking why the coveralls a grey colour. So, as we all remember, in the film, the coveralls appeared to be a navy blue, but in actual reality they were a light grey. Now the reason why they appeared blue on camera was due to the filter that's used, and it's not uncommon practice for a lot of films to do this. As we spin around the figure, you can see that there are a number of creases that's been put in. There's oil stains around the pocket there, which only adds to the artist's desire to show that these have actually been worn. Now, I like the little touches of the veins on the hands. The colour has also been changed to show a more realistic skin tone, and you can also see the knuckles. Again, as I always say, it's the little touches that make these pieces of artwork what they are. As previously stated, it was Tinela who produced the knife, so it's based on the lambskin design, and it is made from metal and wood here. You can see on the front there's a zip, it does move up and down, as well as the black t-shirt underneath, and again just a little bit more weathering on the shoulder there, just to show that these aren't just off the shelf. The only thing I would have liked is the ability to hide the zip. Now I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say this is a very well made head sculpt. So as we focus in on some of the details, you can see there's forehead wrinkles down the side of the temple. It's simulating the rubber that was on the original mask there. The ear shape is incredibly well done, and also the cheeks. In terms of the way he's painted this, it would have been quite straightforward to just do a flat white, but that's not what One's Customs is all about. You can see there's aging marks where the eyebrows are. On the neck area, it's simulating paint rub. And also along the cheeks, you can see yellows and browns. Again, as the mask further comes around, again, more paint rub on the ears. Now, the reason for this is, folks, is well, fun fact you may or may not know, is that the original Michael Myers shape mask from the Halloween films was in fact a William Shatner mask that was simply spray painted white. I believe this was due to budget constraints, but again, amusing to know. So when you next watch the film, just think Star Trek. As we come round, you can see the hair on the piece has been styled. Say there are a number of textures going on here. I'm not sure what product one uses to style the hair or to keep it into shape, but it's a nice touch. You can of course style it how you want, but the way the hair looks depends on what part of the film you're watching. And in all honesty, I don't believe he's trying to go for 100% authenticity for how this looked in the film, because it looks different in different lights. Now, as we come around, you may be able to catch a glimpse of the eyes underneath. Yeah, I said it, eyes underneath the mask. There's even eyelashes, there's eyebrows underneath, and there are those devil's eyes as the name of the mask dictates. The last thing I quite like on this is a little paint rub on the nose. Don't know why, just like the way he's weathered it. I expect the first thing you'll notice between this and the previous mask is the paint scheme. This is far more of a ghostly white compared to the various flesh coloured and brown tones in multiple of areas on the first mask. The other thing is the chin. You can see it's a little bit more stretched out in the first mask, whereas it's a rounder chin on this one. It's also worth noting the eye holes. Like I said, they're a slightly different angle and they're a different shape, and this also makes it easier to see those devil's eyes underneath. Again, when comparing the two, I would say this is far more angled, whereas the first one is you could almost class it as the classic castle stretch, the way the mask stretched out around the face, which could explain why the chin appears to be a different shape. Now, the hair is made from the same material. It's styled slightly different, but that could have just been how it was packaged. Again, it's still a nice colour. And again, this is a decent head sculpt. Of the two, I prefer the first, but this is just personal preference. That was a detailed look at the 1/6 scale Michael Myers figure created by One's Customs and Tinela Customs. To summarise, I'd say I'm extremely impressed with the whole outcome of this project. It was delayed, but when you're making 31 individual figures, there are of course going to be small delays, and getting the quality up so that every single component of this set is as identical as each other as humanly possible is extremely tough. However, I feel they achieved this. Maintaining that quality is no mean feat, so I commend One's Customs and Tinela Customs on an extremely well done project here. When you consider the fact that I don't believe either of them have done runs of this size before, they did a great job. And if you are considering picking up this set somewhere down the line, if possible, then I thoroughly recommend it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you're looking for links to the artists, they are going to be in the description below. Please give the video a like or a dislike if you didn't like it for whatever reason. If you have any comments, suggestions or thoughts on the video, then please write those below too. And to be alerted when I post a new video, please subscribe to the channel, as it does help out. I regularly post on Instagram, and if you fancy some sneak peeks of up and coming videos to the channel, then please give me a follow on there. Thank you everyone for watching this Kollectormaniac video. I hope you look forward to the next one.